250 Gemstones culture represents a nation of people that strive for excellence and greatness every single day. We are more than journalism. We are a revolution. Come on, let's kick this door down and let everybody know we up in here. Welcome to the 250 Gemstones News TV channel. I am your host, Michael T. Porter, and I'm bringing the news to your ass like no other. This is a channel that represents a nation of people that strive for excellence and greatness every single day. I have another bomb news segment for y'all, but before I begin, y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, hit that notification bell so you know when I am dropping. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, support the movement, support the mission, Cash App, $ Michael US. We got another trashy, no good scumbag mom who threw her little baby in the trash can after she dismembered his little body. The baby was only 20 years old, little less than 2 years, and the mother is 24. Let's dive into this story. I got a video I want to play for y'all, and I'm going to be right back with you to give you my opinion. Let's go.
Cause and manner of death in this case because
it reads as follows. We, the jury, find as follows: malice murder. We find the defendant guilty.
the moment Leilani Simon became a convicted murderer. The jurors finding the Chatham County mother guilty on the 19-count indictment against her, including the 4 counts that prosecutors and the defense zeroed in on throughout the entire trial. A verdict that overcame the lack of physical evidence. This was a complex case because we did not have a cause and manner of death in this case because of what happened. And so that's always a concern. But the law enforcement agencies involved did such a wonderful job investigating this case. And so we did our best to present the evidence that they had. Jurors were presented 40 witnesses by the prosecution and almost 100 pieces of evidence that the state said pointed to Simon killing Quentin and throwing his body into a dumpster. But still, almost 6 hours of juror deliberation became tense for those involved in the case.
You don't take a responsibility like that lightly. So I think that they contemplated the evidence, that they were diligent in how they approached it. They took the necessary time to reach the conclusion that they did.
Simon rarely shed tears throughout the trial, but was seen crying before being taken away. Parker says that she believes justice has been served for Quentin and to his mother. We can't undo this. We can't, but I hope it does give a lot of people out there who have been watching this trial some closure and some confidence in the justice system. Simon's mother, Billy Howell, was not present for the trial, but tells WTOC she feels like justice has been served, saying, quote, "Our family is devastated and Quentin deserves justice. We want Quentin home so he can be laid to rest. I hate that I'm not there for Leilani. We love her, but do not stand by any of this."
Let's check this mess out. This is according to lawandcrime.com. This is the title of the article. It was spoiled. Mom accused of killing toddler, tossing body in dumpster, told cops she was just throwing away stinky shrimp pasta. Article written by Jerry Lambay. The trial of 24-year-old woman in Georgia accused of killing her 20-month-old son and tossing his body in a dumpster began on Monday, with prosecutors telling jurors that in the days leading up to the toddler's death, the victim's mother had been having relationship issues, taking a spate of narcotic drugs, and later told police a bizarre array of stories. Oh, hold on, y'all. Gotta read them more. Here we go. At one point during an interview with police, Simon explained that she stopped at a secluded dumpster in the middle of the night shortly after her son's disappearance because she was throwing away spoiled shrimp pasta. A previously reported Leilani Simon in December 22 was indicted on 19 criminal counts, including malice murder, felony murder, concealing the death of another, and making false statements to police in the slaying of young Quentin Simon. Authorities allege that Simon, on October 5, 2022, intentionally killed her son with an unknown object, then, when used offensively against a person, did result in serious bodily injury and caused Quentin's death. The felony murder charges stem from accusations that Simon killed Quentin while also committing felonious acts of aggravated assault and first-degree cruelty to a child by maliciously causing Quentin cruel and excessive physical pain in a manner that was unknown to the grand jury at the time of the incident. In an opening statement that lasted nearly 2 hours, Savannah, Georgia's Special Assistant District Attorney Tim Dean highlighted Simon's explanation for being at the remote Azale Mobile Home Plaza dumpster just after 1 a.m. on the morning her son was reported missing. The evidence would show that she did not want to admit that she threw away Quentin's body. That's her son. So she describes this trash that she threw away as stinky shrimp pasta. Prosecutors then played a tape of the police interview from October 12, 2022. Yeah, this is the mom talking. Yeah, I threw away trash, Simon tells the detective. There was spoiled food smelling in my car, so when I pulled around and seen that dumpster, yeah, I stopped and threw the trash away. It was spoiled. Spoiled like shrimp pasta. The whole car smelled like shrimp pasta. It was like, what does that smell? I looked and I threw it away. I didn't think anything of it, to be honest. It's just old food. So she's lying to the cops. And it wasn't old food. It was her son that she just beat to death. And she put him in a bag and then threw him in the trash can. Prosecutors said that Simon was actually disposing of her son's body, which they say was eventually recovered in pieces. Did y'all hear this? Rewind. Prosecutors said that Simon, the mother, was actually disposing of her son's body, which they say was eventually recovered in pieces. She chopped her son's body up. They found her son in pieces. She threw Quentin's body away like a piece of trash about 1:17 in the morning, Dean told jurors. The defendant violated that most basic sacred trust of a parent in the most horrific way. In the middle of the night, she killed him, her own son, got in a car with his body, drove to a dumpster, then threw him away like a piece of trash. And the indictment authorities allege that after killing her son, Simon repeatedly lied to local and federal investigators searching for Quentin. She admitted that she had left her home in the late night hours of October 4, 2022 to meet her drug dealer, falsely stating that the purpose of this meeting was to pay for an existing drug debt, the document states. According to the prosecutors, Simon falsely claimed that in the early mornings hours of October 5, 2022, she left her home to meet her friend Misty to obtain Oragel, when she actually traveled to dump her son's body. Absolutely gross. And it pretty much goes on. They got her ass. They locked her up. Once again, if you guys want to check out the stories, laurencrime.com. So at the end of what I was just reading, she lying, talking about she went to go meet a drug dealer, and she's giving all these wild stories. But point blank period, she beat her son to death, and they found him in pieces. So that means she must have cut on. She did her own son dirty. I'll meet y'all on the other side to give you my opinion. Let's go. Would y'all like my opinion? Would y'all like some of this 250 Gemstones news TV commentary? Well, of course you do. That's why your ass is here. This woman needs to be thrown under the jail. She needs her ass beat. I can't even imagine what she did to her son. She must have chopped his little body up. She must have did something to him to where they found him in pieces. Think about how brutal, how heartless. She was possessed by a demon, and she was on drugs. A lot of people need to be tested before they have these damn kids. A whole bunch of people need to be tested before they have these damn kids. These are scary times to raise children. You can't trust the teachers. You can't trust the babysitters. You can't trust relatives. You can't trust nobody. It's every man for himself. Lock the doors. Lock the mother effing doors. What's really going on out there? What's really going on? This woman is the worst of the worst. And I see so many. I cover so many cases of these women, and they're just demonic. There's a demonic force working in our government in our country, from the top to the bottom, from the all the way up top, the people who's running the country, all the way down to the street corners. It's messed up. People's minds ain't right. People's spirits ain't right. People's emotional state is all jacked up. Threw her son away. Can y'all imagine? And I always wondered, the people who deal with forensics, the people who deal with, it's a group from forensics to the funeral home. That's all I'm always thinking about, like forensics to the funeral home. The people that deal with the dead bodies, but more so, not to say both, they're both equally. They have a stomach, and how do people? These are real heroes. These are people that really have. I say it's a gift. I honestly believe it's a gift. Anytime you can discover bodies, especially children, but any dead human body, and to see the state's gunshot wounds. When you're talking about the coroners, and you're talking about people, not only the forensics that come pick them up, even the ambulance, the people that just come scoop them up, and it's just the way they prepare and they investigate the autopsy. But to see a little child in pieces, just lifeless, not to go into detail, but the skin started turning color. Like, this is horrific. And it was crazy today. It's so common. It's really so common nowadays for these type of things to go on. It's like, just another day, just another mom just chopping up her babies by another mom killing her baby. I had one. What was that story? Oh, the mother had put her baby in the oven, in the 400-degree oven. She said she thought the oven was a baby crib. This dumb heifer thought the oven was a baby's crib. What's really going on out there? It's just crazy to me. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. But y'all flood my comments. What do y'all think about this story? This piece of shit mom, piece of crap, no good, demonic, possessed mom. I can't even call her a mom. We said this demonic entity that threw her baby in the trash can after brutally abusing him, and then telling the world it was stinky shrimp pasta. 250 capital G. I'm gone.